clear out of town. All right, so the draft is coming up on Thursday, and according to Adam Schefter, according to Daniel Jeremiah, who is on with Andrew Mason and Cecil Lammy, Orange and Blue today, that Jeremiah was saying to Mace that doesn't see the Broncos necessarily moving up. He thinks that it's more likely that they stay put or even move back. He doesn't see them moving up to, let's say, go after a running back. What he did say, and what he said he's been hearing whispers of, that more teams are looking to move back, very few teams are looking to move up, but that what he's heard, that one of the teams that are interested, Mark, in moving up would be the Denver Broncos to target a tight end. How would you feel about them moving up if it was to target a tight end? Most likely the Michigan tight end, Colston Loveland.
I'd feel fine about that. Watching both, I did a bunch of film study on both Ty Warren and Colston Loveland, and outstanding players. I think both of those guys have an opportunity to become big-time players in the National Football League at the tight end position, and they can do everything, like from lining up in line, blocking people. They're willing. They put their face in there. They will do that, to splitting out wide, to sitting in the slot. Really good receiving, good route running tight ends, both of them. Like I would not have a problem if they moved up, if they felt like they had to move up to go get one of those guys. I wouldn't have a problem with either of those guys going up and getting a tight end.
Yeah, I agree. We haven't had a tight end in a long time, and we signed Evan Ingram as a guy that's going to be here for a year or two, and that's it probably. So you're looking for the future tight end, and all of a sudden, if you have to move up 3, 4, 5 picks to get that guy, you pair him with Bo for the next decade. You have your, Travis Kelce type of Rob Gronkowski, Kittle type of tight end. I mean, who wouldn't sign up for that? You go from absolutely nothing at the tight end position over the last 4, 5, 6 years to a nice pair of a guy that can, mentor a young tight end in Evan Ingram, and then you're ready to pass the baton in a year or two and have that guy around for the next decade with your quarterback in Bo Nix. Like, who wouldn't want to sign up for that?
Because, guys, there seems to be a feeling that the Broncos, I guess, somehow tipped their draft hand by how they approach these positions in free agency, that they made Evan Ingram and tight end a priority right from the start of free agency, and they haven't done anything at the running back position. For many people, Mark, they read that as, well, they've let everybody know what their priority is, and that priority is running back.
Yeah, but the priority to me is, one, if you think you can get a big-time tight end, a guy that, like Stokes said, could be here for the next decade to pair with Bo Nix in a position we haven't had. I mean, let's face it. The bottom line of the running back position, I know there was a resurgence last year. I know Saquon Barkley was amazing. I know all these things. But the bottom line is this is a deep draft class when it comes to the running back position, and you can get a guy in the third round that you think is going to be big time at that position. I just look at it like there's only a couple tight ends that I think are difference makers, and Loveland and Warren are those two guys right now. So if that's the way you feel, and it's about the passing game and grooming, continue to groom your quarterback, I wouldn't have any issue with that at all. Especially as deep as this running back draft class is, you're still going to get a good guy in the third round or second round.
Yeah, you don't draft for just 2025. You know that, right? I mean, we all realize that you're drafting for the future also. And Mike, I think I mentioned earlier, I think the rules in football allow you to play 2 tight ends.
You're not forbidden to.
Right. So you can have 2 really good tight ends at the same time. Go figure. Running backs, you just usually play 1, right? Usually you just got 1 on the field at any given time. And then running backs are everywhere, all over the place. You really good ones are all over the place. Now, could this be a situation where all of a sudden the Broncos are leaking some of these things to Schefter and to Daniel Jeremiah, and next thing you know, people are saying tight end, and then they just stay at 20, and they do take, Amari Hampton running back out of North Carolina? Are they trying to, make everyone think that they might move up for a tight end, and you know, in all reality, they just want to sit there and take a running back.
So, guys, when this offseason began, it was all about finding weapons for Bo, building around Bo. And let me ask you, two offensive guys, different perspectives, but offensive guys, receiver, offensive line. What's better for a quarterback that you're trying to grow and develop? Is it more important to have the tight end, or is it more important to have the running back? Stank?
I would say that it's more important to have the tight end. Passing league, control the middle of the football field. I want to run the ball. There's no question I want to run the ball. But to Stokes' point, there's depth at that position, and we see it in the league all the time where 5th and 6th round guys become stars in this league for 3-4 years until they're burnt out. So I just think it's easier to find those guys.
Yeah, so that's why I agree with Mark there. I say tight end because you can find running backs all over the place. And there's a lot of good ones that you can find in free agency, where tight ends, you don't find guys in their prime in free agency. Right? You can find them all over the draft, early, late, middle rounds. You just got to find the guy, but it's hard to find elite-level tight ends.
The NFL Draft, it is upon us, and we're going to party with you Thursday, April 24th, starting at 4 p.m. for our NFL Draft Party live from Sportsbook Bar and Grill DTC. Brought to you by Carrier Colorado, the experts in home comfort. From 4 to 6, we will do a special roundtable with the king of roundtables himself, hosted by Zach By, featuring Stoke and Philip Lindsay. Then from
they didn't invite you?
Must be.
They're afraid that Mike and Zach might square off.
Oh, wow.
Little awkwardness there.
Yeah.
You know him. He loves to throw hands.
Oh, yeah.
Right? He just looks for every opportunity
Any reason.
to throw hands,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's a fighter.
I never heard that term, throw hands, by the way, until he started bringing it up all the time. He brings it up often. Then from 6 to 10, Cecil Lammy and John Davis will take you through the NFL Draft. That's Thursday, starting at 4, live from Sportsbook Bar and Grill DTC. I do love Zach's New Orleans story. That one's a classic. That is a classic. You ever get Zach on a golf course, or maybe even at the Sportsbook Bar and Grill DTC, ask him about his New Orleans story. That is a classic. Coming up next, James Merrill.